Hello guys, Nintendo Capri Sun here, and this is the Diamond Multimedia capture card, and I'm going to kind of give you a rundown of how it works and everything, starting by unboxing it, which I kind of cheated already and did this. So let me just pull this bad boy out of here. This is pretty much what it looks like. It's really small. So about the size of two little Kit Kat bars. The box here, and this is basically what comes inside. You got the capture card itself. You got a pair of extension cords. I didn't realize, I don't think these came with my last one that I got, but that's kind of cool. And then of course we have the instruction manual and the installation disc. So this is the most important thing you're going to want to do first. Well, now here's a closer look at the capture card itself and what you're going to be doing with it. This is the capture card, and on one end of it you have the standard RCA cables, the red, white, and yellow ones. You plug something into those. These are females, so you plug something into them as in like a video game system. And on the other end is USB port, which you plug into the computer. So I'm going to do that real quick. Alright, so we're going to remove the disc very carefully from the packaging and set it in the computer. And this will install your software. Oh, I shouldn't have pushed that. I should have pushed the button on the side. But anyway. Okay, apparently when you get to this screen, you're going to want to install the driver first. Okay, so Install Shield Wizard has successfully installed driver install 64-bit. Click Finish to exit. Okay. Okay, yeah, alright. So now we install the software. Here we go. Probably a minute or two tops. Unless you have like an older computer, then it might take a little while, but it's not too bad. And there it is. That's the icon that's going to appear on your desktop once you've installed it. That is... I mean, for me it said one-touch video capture, but this one says Easy Grabber for some reason, so hopefully... Excuse me, hopefully that doesn't cause a problem. Install Shield Wizard has successfully installed Easy Grabber. Okay. Anyway, so hopefully now when we actually open this up, it's going to work. So once you've installed this on your computer, you basically double-click this, and it pops up with a nice little screen like this. Now normally this screen is going to show whatever's plugged into it, which in this case is obviously the Wii. But there's nothing on my screen, so what do you do about that? Well, there's a little icon down here that says Setup. Click that. Okay, now under video format, you should have some options here. Hopefully there'll be options. Sometimes there won't be, and if there aren't, you might want to try reinstalling it and make sure to really stick to what the instructions say. Anyway, for video format, you want NTSC_M. That's pretty standard for most capture cards, and as you can see now, we have a picture here. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it, so that means we're doing something good. Video source, you want composite, because you're using composite cables, but I'll show you later on another way you can use S-Video and get better quality. Now on the top you'll have 4 tabs here. One of them is the record tab on the far right. You're going to want to make sure to click this and click VCD down here, because every other option that I've tried, at least on my old one, pretty much looked like ass. But there, now as you can see, when I move my Wiimote and wake that thing up over there, as you can see, there's your video game right there on the computer monitor showing up on the capture card. So basically all you got to do to record is come down here and click record to start, click stop to stop, and that's it. That's all there is to it. That's how you record the video game. But now here's the problem, see. If you actually try to play the video game by looking at this screen, you're probably going to have some trouble. Well, shoot, look at this. That's not bad. I was going to demonstrate this, but I'm not getting much lag here. When I press the button, watch how when I press the button. Okay, notice how there is a little bit of a delay after I press the button before Mega Man jumps. Okay, it's hard to tell, but there's just enough of a delay that and especially on a slower computer, there'll be just enough of a delay that it'll totally make it unable to play it. Like, it'll totally ruin your playing experience. The lag, it'll kill you. And so if that's the case, and you need an alternate screen to look at, to play on, that's where the splitter comes in. Now this is where it gets a little complicated, but let me explain this anyway. So ideally you would just plug the Wii straight into the capture card, but there are ways around the lag issue that I've been having there, or that you might have on your computer more so than me. So let me actually show you what I do about that. So what you're trying to do is turn this into 2 sets of cables. One that goes out to the capture card, and another that will go out to a TV that you can actually look at to play the game without lag. So this is what I have. This is my splitter. It's a DVD VCR combo. It's a really old school machine. is plug the Wii into the back of it, and then you have two sets of signals coming out from the back of it. One of them is a second set of red, white, and yellow RCA cables, which is where these might come in handy if you need an extension cord. Or not an extension cord, but another set of cables to run out from somewhere else. So these are the same cables that are going into the DVD VCR. They're plugged into the out port from the DVD VCR. So basically the Wii signal is going through the DVD VCR and into the capture card like this. But my DVD VCR has a second cable coming out of the back of it that's running over to this TV over here. So I could turn this TV on right now, and I'll have Mega Man 9 showing both on the TV and the capture card at the same time. But notice that on the TV, there's no lag when I push the button. He jumps right when I push it. He jumps right when I push it, whereas on the capture card, it takes a little bit longer for him to jump. It's just a little bit of a difference, but it's enough that it can cripple your gameplay, even if it's only like a half a second or a quarter of a second. So when I'm recording, I'll actually be watching the TV while this is recording over here. So as you can see, you also get sound from the computer speakers here. So yeah, so you will get the sound along with it. It will record the game and the sound at the same time. So whatever you record, it just comes up verbatim, and that's it. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Now I'm going to show you how I do it. And this is a really sneaky way to do it. So real quick, I want to show you my Wii cables here. You notice I have the 3 composite cables here, and I also have this cable here. This is called an S-Video cable. They don't make these in America. They only make them in Japan, as far as I know. They might be making them elsewhere now. But you can get them on eBay for like $20, I think. An S-Video cable that you send out from your Wii. So this is my Wii cables right here, and one of them is an S-Video. Now you might also notice that my capture card has an S-Video port on it, in addition to the 3 the regular old RCA cables. So this is what I actually do. This is how I record. This is my setup, okay? I plug the S-Video into the capture card, right? The S-Video, the red and the white. Now if you're familiar with RCA cables, you know that the yellow is the video and then the red and white are the sound, okay? So what I do is I plug the sound from the composite cables, the red, white, and yellow, and the video is actually S-Video, which leaves this yellow one out here dangling by itself. So you know what I do? Well, I stick the yellow one back here into the VCR like this. So now I have the yellow part of the colors going into the VCR, red, white, and S-Video going into the capture card. Now again, I have the video both on my computer. Oh no, I don't. Okay, I forgot to mention this. If you do this, you're going to need to change some settings. Over here you'll need to change this over to S-Video, and under the record tab you'll need to change this to SVCD. Okay, and there's that same picture. And again, I also have the picture on my TV. Now, in this particular scenario, there's still sound coming out of the computer because the sound is plugged into the capture card. However, there will be no sound coming from the TV because only the yellow cable is running out to the TV, see? But it doesn't matter that there's no sound coming from the TV because I can hear it from my computer speakers. So I can record S-Video quality and still hear the game sound, even though the game sound might be like an 1/8 of a second behind, and that's why sometimes you might hear it echoing in the background. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And that's my setup right there. S-Video, red and white into the capture card, yellow into something else. Now the only issue you might find with trying to do a setup like this is that your equipment's not all going to be this close together. And a lot of these cords are really short. As you can see, the capture card is only maybe 6 feet long, maybe even 4 feet long. So your computer has to be pretty close to the rest of your equipment to pull this off. It's not, I don't know of any USB extension cords. We looked for them at Walmart last night. They don't make them there. They don't sell them there, so I don't know what you would do in that situation. But yeah, that's pretty much my setup right there for you, and that's how I do it. Now if you use S-Video, why would you use S-Video? Because S-Video, actually, when you record S-Video on this, it comes out at a higher resolution. But as I said before, S-Video cables for the Wii are not made in America. You have to get them on eBay or something for like $20. So that's pretty much it. That's the Diamond Multimedia capture card, and that's how I use it. as far as doing voice commentary, the capture card won't record voice commentary. So you'll have to use Record Pad, which is what I use. This is Record Pad here. It's really simple. You just stick your microphone in, press record, and then stop, and then that's it. And this is also my timer. When you start pressing record, it'll start recording your voice, and it'll have a timer up here so you can see how long you've been recording. So I can just look up there to see how long I've been recording, which is really simple. And then you stop and it's done, and it saves the file automatically. You don't have to export it or anything like that. The file will just be there already. Typically in Documents, Record Pad, right there, that's the file I just recorded, which I'm now going to delete because I have no use for it. So, there you go. If you ever want to exit this, okay, now, once you're done with the recording, if you don't know where to look to find the file, just click on the folder icon here, and it'll open up a page that has all of your videos in it that you've recorded. I don't need these sample videos or any of that, but... Okay, I'm not sure why the recording stopped there, but it just did. So I think that's a sign I'm running out of time and I need to stop. So, that does it for my Diamond Capture Card tutorial, sort of, if that made any sense. I'll see you next time here on Nintendo Capri Sun or whatever, so see you later.